Hello, my name is Emma Haberman, and welcome to the Policy Skills Library, where today we will be discussing how to engage communities through participatory methods. So, first, what is community engagement and why is it valuable? Community engagement is a means to give power to those who have been previously excluded from political or social systems in an effort to help them gain control of their lives and a mode by which they are able to provide their invaluable knowledge, expertise, insights, and opinions. And it's important to note that communities hold a lot of power in influencing how policies develop. And community engagement methods are a set of methods that center the voices and experiences of those community members. And these are methods that use the leadership, input, and reflections directly from community members. First, we have community advisory boards, which serve as a voice for communities' priorities and perspectives. They are made up of members who share common characteristics and experiences and are a method by which they can gather together and contribute to an initiative, a program, or a policy that is relevant to their communities. Next, we have surveys, which are created by researchers for the community and are a tool to gather and build in community input. Third, we have data walks, which are events that are oriented towards a community in which the data and research that has been collected on that community is formatted so that the members of the community can actively engage with that information and give their insights and their feedback. This process allows for a collaboration that includes the community's lived experience to help inform policy decisions. And fourth, we have qualitative research, which are methods that include focus groups and semi structured interviews. And using these types of community engagement methods strengthens overall policy positively and influences both the researchers and the subjects. Here we have Better Bus DC. WMATA, the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, is a public agency who created this initiative in an effort to build a new network of buses that better meet the needs of DMV residents. This proposal includes new routes, higher frequency of routes, and hours of operation in an effort to create a better transit experience for DMV residents. Here we have the proposal at a glance. As you can see, there are many new bus routes, much increased user access, increased evening and weekend service, greater connection to transit hubs and key destinations, more easily understood route names, and here we'll get into who does this policy serve and why is it important to involve the DMV community. Transit is one of the biggest barriers for opportunity. And in most metropolitan areas, transit is typically built around downtown. However, this doesn't account for the residents who live and work outside of the city. And many of these residents find themselves in situations where they're unable to get to a job or an important destination because of a lack of consistent transportation. And so investing in better bus lines creates more equal opportunity for those residents and better supports those who don't benefit from centralized transit infrastructure. WMATA can only collect data usage on routes that already exist. And so, in order for them to evaluate and propose new and improved routes, they need to gather information by talking to and getting information directly from the people who will be utilizing the bus services. And as you can see here, this new route proposal has involved a great deal of public input and community engagement. So, WMATA has engaged the residents of the DMV via surveys, public hearings, pop up events, and webinars. And if you take a look at their website, you can see that all of these opportunities to be engaged are clearly laid out. And they're really prompting residents to get involved, give their input. There's an interactive map, and it is an ongoing opportunity for input while they finalize this proposal. And we mentioned earlier in the slides, one of the community engagement methods is this event called a data walk. And I put here an example of a way that WMATA could further engage the community past what they're already doing, which could look like first choosing a recreation center in DC to visit. They would then go to that recreation center and post a physical copy of the proposed bus routes that impact that neighborhood. They would then ask the residents to take a look at that proposal and gather feedback from the individuals who are at that center. They would then facilitate a session to gather the most important points. This could be anything from the residents saying, absolutely, this works really well, or actually, what you're not thinking of, WMATA, is that this is actually a one-way street and we need to think differently about access in this part of this neighborhood. And overall, this really gives the community an opportunity to provide their direct expertise and input on whether or not these proposed routes are going to work for them and going to meet their needs. And that's all the time that we have today. I hope that you found this information insightful, and thank you so much for your time.